Palm Beach County, let's do it. I got an anthem for us.
This that, pull up to the hood, feeling all good shit. Getting to the money, know you looking good shit.
Well, boom, here comes some adversity. So now y'all hear me say I'm doing well, but then I get to a situation where I have a coach that was constantly challenging me, right? But I felt like it was unfair. So instead of me stepping up to the plate, I kind of shut down. I kind of just shied away from, like, I played victim. He picking on me. He don't like me. You know, he trying to mess up my future. You know, every excuse, instead of looking within, I was looking outside of me, right? And that's what we all tend to do, because who want to look at ourselves and say, man, we the one messing up. We the one not doing right. That's not easy to do, right? That's part of accountability. That's what you got to do when you want to excel. And I didn't start excelling until I started looking within me, right? So what I started learning in that situation, in that scenario was, man, my coach at the time had a lot of talent on the team, right? I was undersized, I was really small, and really, I felt like I had a bit of an ego, right? When you playing JV, you know, junior varsity, you scoring 2 touchdowns a game, 3 touchdowns, you start feeling like you really better than what you really might be, right? But then when you go up to varsity, you start realizing like you just a small fry in a big pond, you know, small fish in a big pond. You know, coach, I felt like that was his way of humbling me, letting me know like, hey man, you still got work to do. You good, but you ain't that good, right? And I didn't know how to take that. My ego was way out here. I was like, man, I'm killing JV. I can get up and kill varsity. What you doing? Well, you messing, you know, you playing yourself, coach. You got me on the bench, and then you get other people in your ear chirping. Man, you should be playing. You should be this. He tripping. Mm-hmm. So now you start getting this false sense of self, which is the athlete's worst nightmare. Athletes should not ever start feeling, you know, themselves more than the results that they're getting out of what they're doing, right? Mm. If you riding the bench and you average 3 points a game, you shouldn't be walking around school acting like you don't have nothing to do to get better. Mm. That's all, you know, because some people do that. Some people really act like, you know, I'm on the team, so I'm good, and it's like, nah, it's not enough just to be on the team. You know what I'm saying? How are you helping the team? How are you helping yourself? How you growing? How you excelling? Right? So you always got to constantly work. You always got to constantly stay focused. You always got to stay locked in, right? So now I start getting that, and so now I start busting my butt. I'm working out 2-3 times a day. I work out before school. I work out after school. I work out. You know, I'm just running, lifting weights. I'm doing everything I can, and you know, I'm like, so I'm now starting to earn a little time on the team, but not as much as I thought I should get. And now, you know, other coaches and stuff are starting to notice, like, oh wait, he's excelling, he's doing this, he's doing that. But the thing about it was, I had rubbed my head coach so wrong with my attitude before, I kind of turned him off to me. Remember what I said, when coach stopped talking to you, that's when you're in trouble. So now, my attitude, my ego, and all the stuff from the previous year has started catching up to me. So he kind of didn't really care with how much I was working, and how much I was doing, and how much I was excelling, because he felt like my ego was gonna get out of control. And once he put me in, and once he started playing me like I probably deserved, he felt like my ego was gonna get inflated, which he probably was right. So my 11th grade year, humbled me again. I rode the bench my whole 11th grade year. So it's pretty much, but then they had to move me on defense just so I could get in the game, right? So imagine how humbling that was. You go from being a starter, being good, always starting every game, going up to your 11th grade year, and then you on the bench your 11th grade year. So going into my senior year, I had no scholarship offers. Not one school knew who I was, nothing, right? So I was devastated going into the summer, because I used to cry to my mom like, man, he gonna mess up my future. I want to go to college, blah, 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 blah. So my mom heard me out, and then she finally, you know, allowed me to transfer to Palm Beach Gardens High School. So I transferred to Palm Beach Gardens High School, and I did very well. did very well. But going to my senior year, I tore my meniscus, and I had the option whether I was gonna play with it because it was bad, but it wasn't that bad, or I was gonna have surgery, sit out, miss games, whatever. And I was like, nope, I'm not missing no games. I ain't got no scholarship offers. I gotta play. So I played my whole senior year. So this is the part of just putting your mind, conditioning your mind to do whatever it is that you need to do to get where you want to be, right? Of course, I had, it hurt every now and then, but man, I played like it was my last, right? Like I wasn't gonna ever play again. And then ended up earning a scholarship to Illinois State University. I had a great senior year. So I played 1 year high school football and earned a full 4-year scholarship because I wanted it that bad. Because I worked that much, I used to do 3 a days. Like it was, I ate football, I slept football, whatever it was I had to do to earn the scholarship, I did it. You know what I mean? So that I didn't take no for an answer. And I knew I wanted the scholarship and I was gonna get it no matter what. So now I get to Illinois State University. I go up there early during the summertime after I graduate high school, do well. So I play as a true freshman. That rarely happened, back in when I was in college. Like it was very rare for a guy to come in as an 18-year-old and play, let alone start and catch some I caught game-winning touchdowns, so on and so forth. And I started excelling really fast, and then once again my ego started getting in front of me, and coach had to humble me. So y'all have noticed a constant theme where my ego constantly crept in, where I would start feeling like I was better than I actually was, and that ended up setting me back, right? So freshman year I do well in college, sophomore year terrible. I went through, I didn't know what it was at the time. It was like seasonal depression, where, because I was born and raised in Florida, right? Never seen snow before, never felt cold the way Illinois had cold. So my second semester in college, after football season was over, after all the girls stopped cheering and the band stopped playing, and now it's just school, man, I went through serious depression. I didn't go to class. I got a 0.6 GPA. 0.6 GPA, man, and I'm telling you, that was a scary time for me because I did not know if I was gonna keep my scholarship. So thank God I was, at that time.
From the beginning in my hood, I ain't have much, but I learned the coach, you gotta keep